got ourselves team 1 together with Alonia over on the Feral Druid. We got ourselves Keeleen as a Destro Warlock. Oh, I like the Mog. You got that full like tabard. You got the belt. You got the wings or not the wings, but like the blades in the back. I guess you do have wings for shoulders, don't you? That looks pretty good. Kiosk on that team. We got ourselves Nikki. We got ourselves Beggar versus team 2. We got ourselves Anto on the Red Pally, Kavi on the Feral, Imp about to go flying, Jacob as well as Naze ready to go. More Affliction Warlock, huh? Is Kavi Boy gonna be first up, swapping out to the Necrolord instead of the Night Fae? Beggar out in the open, prowling around. And is it going to be on the team 2? It looks like it's going to be Naze. Got himself a Succubus. Is it maybe for Beggar, or is he maybe swapping out to a different build? Maybe playing with a Succubus permanently. But a Succubus against a Rogue to deny him the opener is a fantastic choice. Even though you lose out, if you are playing the Pet Sack build, you do lose out on a little bit of extra damage with the Pet Sack, because you're not going to have a chance of proccing out the Pet Sack Dam, which is quite a substantial amount. Beggar going for full Cloak of Shadows, full defense. And it's going to go for a Vanish on top of it. Naze is taking the most amount of damage. Beggar look, I think, for the biggest goal versus Naze. But it's actually melting out to the dots. Mortical, she had to keep alive a little bit longer. Going to get full dots onto the Rogue. The Rogue did burn a cloak really, really early. So I don't really know if that's actually going to help him. Quick and jump on Shadow versus Naze actually might have enough damage. Naze with a Warlock also for a second. Beggar just trying to see if he can just have a DPS race versus him. And it looks like the dots are going to have taken him out. Shot him out for a second. Does get his shield. Short heal. Massive heal on top of it. I think use the Sipping Cup together with a Warlock Hellstone. And the dots are still rampant upon him. And Naze is still dotted up as well. That was just a full dot versus dot build, opened up with the cloak to make sure his opener would not get messed up. Naze picking up the eyes in case the Rogue is nearby. Wants to be able to dot him up as soon as he sees him with the flash guy keeping him alive. That Vantage was really, really ballsy. He must have went for like a full go. Marford is ready, so it's going to be a stun onto Naze immediately. With full dots, going to be really bad. The Succubus does prevent Beggar from having to go. Holding onto that trinket, so he still might be in a bit of trouble. There's going to be a full dots getting set up onto Beggar as UA is getting set up and all the rest of the dots. Fear very, very short because of the DRs from the Succubus CC. And Naze with a quick dark back flash scout. You get himself the full defenses, dude. All the shields in the world. Beggar not doing super good. Behind the pillar, does get himself a reset. We're just gonna give him momentary stealth shield, but the dots are still rolling on this guy. The corruption, the agony could not get quite caught out. Sap on a Naze, it is gonna proc out the resolve trinket, and the sap actually is gonna be 25% more effective. So that sap was like what, a full 8-second CC. Naze getting hit with a kidney shot. Beggar got himself full sepsis, full go, Cloak of Shadows and everything. He's actually just got himself the full go versus Naze. Oh my god, the dots on this Warlock is just a rampage through him. And the dots for Beggar just went in for a full on go. Big blades out of Kavi Boy. Got himself the big dots out of Beggar. Dude, what are these dots? Beggar dives into Vanish, but there's only so much you can do. So I don't think Beggar's playing the Vanish 100% crit Lego build. Otherwise, I think he would have committed there for it. But he does give himself a big old reset. Kavi Boy getting dotted up as well. Now it's just going to be all the dot classes coming out of the woodworks. You had the Warlock melted by the Rogue dots. Rogue melted by the Feral dots. So it's going to be Ferals melting each other by their own dots. Kavi Boy trying to maintain the pressure with Salonia. Popping back into bear form. Is playing a Necrolord Feral this time. So should have himself an easier time versus Alonia. Using the Warlock Gateway? Kinda not a big fan of mobile Ferals using gateways. Gonna be a Cyclone on a Kavi Boy, potential trinket. Alonia does get a trinket. Kavi Boy in bear form, quick maim. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get a flesh cut. I think it might be over even in bear form. And Alonia with that stun, disrupting the ability for him to get a flesh cut. Gonna be Jacob going for the full Kyrian versus a marksman. Got himself the aim shots back to back. Alonia with a wall. Jacob with a scatter shot and a freezing trap at Alonia. Double tap for aim shot ready to go. Alonia is not going to be able to have too much of a defense rolling. It's going to be a massive rapid fire. Jacob still got himself lots of damage. Steady shot to follow. It's going to be a stun on Jacob for a second. Does he get out of it? Could potentially go feign death to remove all those dots. It's going to be rapid fire versus Alonia with aim shots back to back. Just to give himself a little bit more damage. Alonia, the Hunter is taking a lot of damage though. As the marksman just trying to see if he can one-shot Alonia. Knocking it back for a second. Tar trap ready for him. Potential scatter shot. This is going to be a freezing trap to sub the Feral. Jacob just trying to see if he can waddle away from the Ursuls with another aim shot loaded. He just needs as many crits with those aim shots as possible. Alonia with a Barska trying to reduce as much damage as possible. Jacob with a quick feign death for a second. Might just go for a Troll Shell, and that's going to be Exhilaration. Maybe a Warlock Hellstorm from Naze might end up helping him out quite a bit. Alonia does get hit with the root for a moment. That's going to be big Kyrian burst out of the Hunter. Does have a double trap ready to go. Potentially could get maybe a big double trap rapid fire aim shot. Freezing trap at Alonia. It looks like Jacob is going to go for a reset. Full camo. He does have double tap, but he's not going to go for it just yet. Hunter's marker to Alonia, who does dive into stealth for a second, trying to see if he can AoE Jacob. It looks like something does get Jacob out, either the pet or himself instead. Jacob got himself a rapid fire. No double tap just yet, waiting for it for a little bit later. Definitely needs to make sure to deal with the bleeds as soon as possible. Quick fade death for all those bleeds, and a freezing trap on Alonia. And Jacob got himself a big double tap, aim shot ready to go. Needs to break through the flesh cut first. Ursul's is going to keep Jacob at play though. Might just have to turtle. This is a tough situation for this marksman, dude. He's bleeding out. He's melting. Not doing super great. There's going to be more dots getting reapplied by the Feral. Might just have to turtle shoulder. It's immediately going to be a stun. No way out. I think it's going to be over for Jacob. Man, marksmanship hunters are not super tanky at all. With Paladin going to be up next. Try to see if he might be able to get some big damage versus the Feral Druid. Seeing a full flesh cut out of the Feral Druid. Needs to have himself a big go just to, first of all, break through a flesh cut and then break through the tough exterior that is the Feral. Bubble being used really early. I guess as soon as he sees bleeds out of Alonia, as well as the result trinket, is going to use his own resonance trinket as well. Big explosion does burn through the flesh cut, but the bark skin for the Feral Druid is keeping him alive. Big damage as soon as it drops down. The bear from Amp trying to make a play. Big bleeds on the Amp. Unless he can get himself an any kind of immunity or a heal, he might just melt to the Feral tier set dots. It looks like it's exactly what's going to happen. Anto looking for a bit of a setup versus the Feral himself. Lonnie doesn't quite dive behind the pillar just yet. We're about to hit that 9-minute mark into the duel, and Alonia should have himself a proper go here. No berserk yet, but they have the rest of the bleeds. Full stun open onto Enter. Swarm is rolling on him. Enter got himself full defense to the flesh. Got that shield. The Vengeance popping so quick. Alonia barely took any damage out of it with the dampener being up. Enter just bleeding out profusely. Not in a great spot right now. Alonia has all the advantage there. That's going to be Barson with the Thorns. Enter can't even respond unless he goes in for a bubble. Has to play it very carefully. Seraphim is up. Bubble getting used, and Alonia looking to bail out of there. Flesh cut is back up for the Feral Druid. Enter definitely needs a flesh cut of his own or something, as he's really behind on health and healing. And that's going to be Alonia leaping back in. Ursula, so Answer can't even go anyway. Hand up, but at least keep the Paladin moving a little bit. Does have a few more abilities to keep building them holy power, so maybe handle Word of Glory might be able to keep him alive. Unless you got a bop for this one. It's going to do lots of damage to take it. Intro, unless you got a flesh gun. Does get a flesh gun as he gets smash onto Holy with the blessing of protection to follow. It's still going to be quite a bit of damage rolling for Alonia, especially if they got Moonfire. Answer can't really do much unless maybe get a stun to Alonia. No more trick out of the Feral. Answer got only one go. Next set of wings, potentially biggest blast right here. Does get the auto attack hit. Potentially huge damage to Alonia. Trying to see if it crack through the Feral. Warsaw for a second. Big go, and Alonia almost goes down a single swing. Answer with a trinket for a moment. Alonia has got himself Barskin back in defensive form. Answer does he have enough to finish it here? Trying to recover as much health as possible. Alonia almost got blasted out in a single swing of attacks. It looks like Anto is going to end up going for a bit of a flash of light reset. Alonia got himself a little bit of regrowth enough to catch back up. So Anto looks like he's still in this. He got a shield of Vengeance, no trinket, no bubble, no immunities. Wings is available, however. We got a trinket back up for Alonia. So I don't think Anto is going to be able to stun Alonia and go for a full go. Full bleeds are up. Anto is limited in what he can do. He can shield the Vengeance. No, he can't even do that. I thought maybe Anto would be able to bring it back, boys. Alonia with a 1v4. Yo, can we go again and potentially give everybody, maybe Alonia towards the back of the group? Because Alonia has been popping off in these duels, man. That Feral is impossible. Or not saying impossible, but definitely a challenge for that team to beat. Scaff, maybe we can get some of the other new boys that get that Warlock to play.